Hello and good day to all you beautiful people here on the dark corners of YouTube. I am Torstein from Cinema Terror, and today I checked out one of the newest additions to the streaming service that is Netflix. The movie is called Bird Box, and here are my thoughts on it. Based on a 2014 novel of the same name by Josh Malerman, Bird Box is an end-of-the-world tale about an unknown force coming to life and taking out nearly all of humankind. This being or beings makes everyone who looks at it commit suicide, and the only way to keep yourself safe is to either stay inside of a building with all the windows covered, or stay blindfolded. We follow Mallory, a pregnant woman, as she tries to stay alive and keep herself and her unborn baby safe. She finds shelter with a group of other survivors, and together they must try to gather resources while keeping each other safe from the evil presence that does whatever it can to lure them out and take a peek at whatever the hell this thing is.
Something's happened.
Can you just please drive?
Did you see something?
Come inside!
Bird Box has an interesting premise going on. Not letting your characters be able to see the outside world brings them big challenges when it comes to survival, and it is a concept that can keep the suspense going from start to finish, as evil is always right outside the door or window. They only give us, the viewers, the rules but no explanations, so it's up to you to fill in the blanks and let your brain get creative in thinking about what the hell these creatures are, where they came from, and what their ultimate goal is. It reminded me a lot of Stephen King's The Mist, in that strangers has to form a group while the rest of the world is going down. It allows for interesting dynamics between the cast members and can make you engaged in the story, as you will become interested in finding out who will survive or where the story will end. Bird Box does a narration choice that takes some of that away though, as we intercut between the start of the apocalypse threat and 5 years later. A choice I did not care for at all, as that basically spoils the fate of most of the characters early on. What I liked the most about the film was the great performances it had to offer. I don't believe I've seen Sandra Bullock better than this before, but to be honest I've probably seen less of 10% of her filmography, as most of her stuff does not look like something I would enjoy. Her character Mallory is the focus of the film, and the only one who gets to have some real character development, giving her enough time to flesh out the character and struggles and make the viewers care for her. The rest of the actors give good performances, but are brought down a bit by not playing important roles. Two of them decide to just abandon the rest, and while in a different film this could have played up as a major event, here it is basically not mentioned or given much attention. That might not be a big negative for many viewers, as the more you are hooked on the story and Sandra Bullock, the more you will be able to look past some logical flaws or lackluster supporting character choices. Some of my complaints about underdeveloped characters only came up once I started to think about the movie after being finished, and not while I was watching it. A criticism I felt while watching it, however, was that it felt like the filmmakers tried to avoid going full-on horror. They had a scary premise available, but seemed to do the most to avoid making the film get stuck with a horror genre tag. They could have easily have made this film more scary, as the times they do let the suspense run wild is the best scenes in the film, and for me the movie could have been amazing if they didn't underplay the horror while amping up the drama. In a year where there has been talk about elevated horror and nonsensical stuff like that, you would think that a movie dealing with basically the end of human life wouldn't be afraid or ashamed of going all the way. Of course this is a complaint I have as a horror fan, and not something every viewer of the film will share, so please do keep that in mind. Bird Box is directed by a fellow Scandinavian, the Danish Academy Award and Emmy-winning filmmaker Susanne Bier. Her acclaimed work is mostly done within the drama genre, which makes my previous complaint about the lack of going for the horror more understandable. She clearly is a competent filmmaker, and even if I wish she would have embraced the scarier aspect of the story, especially as she handles suspense excellently, I can't hold it against her if that's not where she wanted to take it.
You know, what are you talking about?
You guys, there's something wrong. There's something wrong.
Let me in, I was trapped. Hey, what are you doing, bitch, nigga? What are you doing, man?
Bird Box is a film I think the majority of viewers will find to be an enjoyable experience. I'm sure there will be a crowd out there that will find the concept interesting, but will have problems with the execution or the open questions that the film doesn't attempt to answer for you. But overall, I would recommend that you give this film a chance, and I hope its flaws won't bring the movie experience down too much for you. I doubt I will revisit this film in the future, but I am happy with the 2 hours I decided to spend with it. Bird Box gets a respectable score of 3.5 out of 5. Have any of you spent your time on Netflix with Bird Box yet? If so, what did you think of it? And are there other stuff on Netflix currently that more people need to check out? Let me and others know about it in the comment section below. A new film that I don't believe is even out on streaming services or physical media yet is a great thriller called The Cleaning Lady. I have a review up for it, so if you haven't already, then make sure you check that one out as well. Thank you for watching my review of Bird Box, keep watching Cinema Terror, and have a lovely day.